Gunline. Fire mission coming down, y'all. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, where I just like to come on here and chop it up and shoot the shit like we would out in the field, whether it was under the net, inside of the Paladin, or on those trails, just hanging out between fire missions or when rounds were complete and calling it a night. Welcome here. Today's episode is going to be about some thoughts that I have as far as regarding soldiers and not just soldiers, but just when I say soldiers, I'm encompassing everybody as far as Marines, sailors, Air Force, just veterans and as a whole. Okay, what I want to talk about today is this suicide slash overdose epidemic we've had over the past couple of years, and I was scrolling through the TikToks where I saw uh one of the homies, Big Chief, over there on TikTok. He's a former 13 Bravo as well slash turned comedian, writer, and just overall artist. And great guy. You should go check him out on the TikTok. It's Big Chief. You can't miss him. He's a yellow brother, tattooed up, and he's got some good content out there. It's really funny. I enjoy it. It's my type of humor as well as my type of content that I like to do. Check out. With that being said, I'm supposed to have Hunt on here, but logistics happened, and we'll have him on here tomorrow, and I'll drop that one out on the weekend or something. We're gonna most likely talk about his book, which is what I do want to discuss. That was one of the topics I wanted to hit on today. Our co-host here, Lee Hunt, has dropped a book, and it's called The Black Web. I don't have it handy on here because I was reading it over in my bedroom and I forgot to bring it in here. But y'all need to go check that shit out. Go support a veteran. And it's his first book, so don't be too harsh on the critics. On critiquing it. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Oh, Fabrice. So just the brother is getting his groove on, and I gotta give him his props. A lot of motherfuckers will talk some shit about doing this and doing that, but never get around to doing it. You know what I'm saying? And he talked about it, and he would be about it. Now, it's a short book, very short book. I emphasize very. So the price is right for it. I think it's only like $6 on Amazon, and it's just an interesting take on the dark web. It has to do with two characters. I'm not gonna elaborate too much on it. When he comes on here, I'll have him discuss it more. But yeah, man, congrats to Hunt. You got me inspired. I'm thinking about doing a little something similar. Why am I saying so fucking much? That was my goddamn keyword every time when I was doing those goddamn uh military education classes. You got to find what is your pause word or whatever the fuck it was called, and mine was I did a lot of ums. But anywho, with that being said, dude, I do want to go ahead and talk about vets and prescription drug abuse. All right. And this came from Big Chief. Once again, I was scrolling through the content that he had, and he was talking about somebody from his old unit who, as he says, self-transitioned to the other world, and believe it had to do with medications and drugs. And it leads me to believe, or not to believe, but it kind of makes me. So here's my thoughts on this shit, okay, y'all. I think that there should be some responsibility or liability on the doctors who, when they know someone is abusing, or even if they at least fucking think someone is abusing any kind of these fucking prescription drugs, whether it's oxys or fucking Vicodin, fucking perks or fentanyl or whatever, they need to red flag these motherfuckers immediately, man, and put them in treatment, not just fucking put them in some kind of check the block course where all you got to do is show up, fill out a few fucking forms or paperwork, and you're here. And the next thing you know, you graduate and it's done. Because that shit's just a fucking joke. And so there's been a rise, like in this epidemic. All right. It used to be motherfuckers would just cap themselves, but now they're slowly killing themselves with these drugs. All right, whether it's pain medications or whatever the fuck it is that they're giving them. I'll give you an example. I'm not gonna say any names, but I have a friend of mine. Me and him were really, really, really good, really, really tight. Back in Fort Hood days, and we deployed together in 0506, and we got back. If you were in 277, you probably already know who I'm talking about when this was back in the Fort Hood days. But anywho, what ended up happening, he ended up overdoing it with prescription drugs. And it I was talking to someone who knew him very intimately, and we were just talking about that. This person wanted to have a conversation, so we did. And with their permission, I was able to, discuss this amongst y'all. I just promised I wouldn't say any names. Some of y'all can put two and two together if y'all knew us. But anyway, what ended up happening was when we got back from our first deployment, this person he had back issues. Okay, so they started giving them like just your typical fucking army bullshit. We'll write you a script and here you go, send you on your merry way. Well, lo and behold, time passes by and he ended up needing surgery on his back. They started doing shots on his back, and what they started doing as well was providing him prescription medications. My understanding, it was oxy that they were giving him, and he began to abuse them. All right, I ended up going to Korea, and he went his own way, and we lost contact, and we never regained our friendship that we once had. With that said, he speaking to this person who knew him intimately, apparently he was abusing these hardcore fucking the oxys. And the thing about the oxys, what this person was telling me, was he would go and get his prescription filled, and then he would abuse them and finish them up. And however, what ends up happening, that being that they're like regulated like fuck, you can't get another script for this medication for the oxys. You couldn't get it for another 30 days or until it was the due date to it or due time. So even if he abused them, you know, even if he ran out, he can go back to the doctor and ask for them. They wouldn't be able to give it to him legally due to the fact that they're regulated to the way that every pill is pretty much accounted for, from what it sounded like. And so to circumvent this, the doctor would prescribe him something else, and that would be like morphine or Percocet or fentanyl. And again, this is coming from somebody who knew this person intimately. Not gonna make shit up. This is not fucking coming from a third party that wasn't amongst the home. So I truly believe that this is one of those cases where they should be held accountable, because if they knew that this person was abusing these fucking drugs and not reporting it to higher, then they're somewhat responsible. Because even though at the end of the day, yeah, I get it, you got to have self accountability. But if somebody's fucking taking medication, pain meds, you need to alert someone, red flag these motherfuckers, and get them the treatment that they need. Apparently he did get some, he was eventually in a treatment facility, but from what my understanding is, in this treatment facility, all he did was learn how to play the system in a way, I guess, or learn how to use other methods to achieve the high that they wanted. So it's kind of like when a motherfucker goes to jail and shit, you come out a better criminal, 9 times out of 10, because you're in there with other criminals. So in this case, you're in there with other addicts, and they who probably have tenure in the addiction realm of prescription drugs. So they kind of know loopholes or how to get through shit. And it just bothers me that they're providing all these motherfucking pills whether it's for anxiety, whether it's for fucking PTSD, whether it's for any kind of mental issue. And all they're doing is just treating the symptom versus trying to get or trying to fix the whole or putting a bandage over a fucking bullet wound. That's what it seems like to me. Okay. Now look, when I was seeing my shrink, cool guy, he was a cool shrink, but they only did, they try to do what is it, prolonged exposure, and then competency based treatment, maybe it was, or cognitive based treatment. I don't know what the fuck it was. Either way, it wasn't working for me. All right. Either way, I tried both of those, didn't work. And then basically what I was told was like, well, that's all we got. Try group therapy. And at that time, I was against going to group therapy because I thought it was just going to be a pissing contest, and I wasn't ready to expose myself into that. So, yeah, all they ended up doing, I stopped fucking going to any therapies like that and just kept on taking the fucking my anti asshole pills, as I called them. And I just really wish that there was a different method to this, or something to help me go through what I go through. All right. Versus having to take these goddamn pills on the daily for the rest of my life. That if I'd miss one dosage for a day or two, I break out in fucking sweats and it turns into a not so good day. If you ever gone through withdrawals, holy fuck, that shit fucking sucks, bro. But it just leads me to believe that there's got to be some kind of a fucking responsibility on these guys. When the first time that this person went there to try to get a refill on his motherfucking oxys, that should have been the first sign of like, this motherfucker's abusing you. We need to send him to get some fucking treatment, you know, versus like, hey, instead of doing that, let me just get you out of this fucking office and write you a script for something else. You know what I'm saying? And basically just give them the high and send them away. That's basically all they fucking did. At least according to what I was told and how it was said to me, that's how I'm interpreting it. Now, how many of y'all have fellow brothers and sisters who are going through the same shit, man? That whether it's some kind of surgery, because our body gets fucked up in the military. It just happens, depending on your fucking job. Let me take that back. Depending on your job, your body can get really fucked up in the military. Okay. Yeah, PT can fuck you up, but when you're doing backbreaking work, like fucking, whether it's humping with fucking rounds or all this goddamn gear going on rucks and shit like that, it's gonna take its toll. Or let's say you break your fucking ankle or something, or whatever it is you do. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, any job, just put it across the fucking board. If they need to find different methods to prescribe these highly narcotic fucking drugs, man. I mean, shit. In a way, they're getting high when they get out the military. I'm gonna assume, this is just me assuming, but this is me also with the conversation that I had with the person who was intimate with him. Having trouble adjusting or readjusting to the civilian sector, and so they continue abusing the narcotics because it helps them just fly by, dude. And there's been times where, I'm not gonna lie to you, myself personally, I feel like I'm just fucking. It's gonna sound corny as fuck, man. And if you can relate, you can relate. But there was this movie, with the fucking god damn it, I can't remember the kid's name. I can't remember the name of the fucking movie. But anyways, I remember this dude was fucking recording like just a fucking paper bag, a plastic bag that was floating around. Was it American Beauty? Was that the one? The one with Kevin Spacey and yeah, I think it's that one. Anyways, and it had, I think, that chick Thora Birch. She had the huge ass titties. Anywho, uh, what ended up happening, when I see that, I think about it now. And that's what it reminds me of. Sometimes like my life is just floating around, bro. And like, I don't know how to explain it, man. You're just like blowing in the wind. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever look, if you think about Forrest Gump, you see that feather just flying around, bro. Wherever it lands, it lands. That's how sometimes I feel about my life personally, where I'm just like, just floating around, just waiting to die. You know what I mean? And that kind of brings me to a slump. And it sucks. But now I find that doing this right here actually helps me out. So um yeah, I'm glad I don't have that addictive personality. I don't know if maybe there's a test that can be done in order to no, because that shit like that is too easy. All you got to do is check the block, and it's just fucked up, man. I just think that maybe there should be some accountability taken by the DoD for this epidemic or this rise of veterans who are addicted to these prescription pills that are provided by them. There's which leads me to another thing. All right. And I have it broken down. I wrote it into fucking 3 rounds. Round one was going to be Hunt's book. Round two was going to be fucking vets and prescription drug abuse. So, and round three is this. I mean, my thoughts on different types of treatment for whether it's fucking your mental issues, your anxiety issues. You know, I know many a motherfuckers that they like to fucking herb it up, and that helps them a lot more than taking prescription pills, whether it's Effexler, which is what they got me on, or venlafaxine, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I wish I could, or you know what? And if you don't want to do it that way, then fucking in gummy form. You know what I'm saying? Let veterans take that versus giving them all these other fucking addictive motherfucking drugs that if you don't take them, you end up fucking having a goddamn brain meltdown. If you've never experienced brain zaps, holy fuck, that's the worst part. I'm telling you, I think the first time I ended up running out of pills because I called them up, I called them for my script, and it got delayed in the mail, whether it was because of the Rona or whatever, but there was a delay. What ended up happening, I think I went like 5 days without taking them, bro. And the first effects are the brain zaps, fucking brain zaps. And it just feels like exactly what I'm calling them, brain zaps. Like your brain just goes zap, zap. And it fucking sucks, bro. And then, at night I was sweating. Like, dude, it was like I would wake up and it was like a puddle on my motherfucking side of the bed, bro. And it wasn't from fucking squirting. All right. It was from me motherfucking just drenching. And it was horrible, man. It got you to a point where you couldn't think straight, you couldn't concentrate, you couldn't do anything, you couldn't function. I'm not gonna say you, I couldn't function daily. I was just fucking zoned out. I was scatterbrained. I was all over the fucking place. It sucked balls. All right, physically, it sucked balls. Mentally, it sucked more balls. So I think maybe we could take a look at fucking shrooms is another one. I've had Gunny Satterwhite when he was my gunnery sergeant back in 19. And I had him on here and we're talking about fucking microdosing. And that seems to help a lot of folks out too. I think that being able to do those versus it'll help motherfuckers out over seeking different ways to get high that'll be more addictive or more, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-destructive. You know, I'll give myself as an example. My fucking outlet was alcohol. I drank my motherfucking ass. I drank too much. I drank way too much. And I wasn't able to just drink and enjoy a buzz. You know what I'm saying? I drank to get all fucked up. I mean, fuckered up. There's folks out there that they're good. They're like fucking like madmen. They could drink a fucking cocktail after cocktail after cocktail and wake up the next day and be good to go. I mean, that was me in Korea. Don't get it twisted. That was fucking something I could do. Unfortunately, now when I used to drink, my demons would fucking break out of their motherfucking their cages and run free. And next thing I know, it'd be a downward spiral. But that's just it's just I don't know, dude. I think that maybe we should have access to that as veterans, to is it psilocybin? Look, mushrooms, all right? Mushrooms in a pill form. That's all I know. It's mushrooms in a pill form, and there's fucking and just gummies, dude. But I don't see what the problem is with that because from what I've seen or from what I've heard as well, it's done good things for those who use it. All right. There's others that, they'll have the whole motherfucking shroom and eat that shit. And yeah, you get the trip on that one and everything, which is cool. And they, it helps them out. But with the pill form, the microdosing, you don't get the whole visual effect and all that shit. But it still helps the mind. It helps cleanse the fucking mind, bro. I don't know how it works. I'm not Joe Rogan. I don't know much about this, but I'm willing to learn and I want to learn. And I wish if I can get a guest here that knows more about this shit, please feel free to hit me up. Let's talk about this because honestly, there's got to be something other than these fucking prescription pills that motherfuckers get hooked on and then slowly kill themselves. Whether it was intended or not intended, I think it's fucked up. I mean, the dude would literally run out of fucking meds or, the prescription pills that they give him. And then the doctor would fucking write him a script for something that is comparable to it, which is and it's another narcotic, and it's just gonna get them high and just keep them high. And then I mean, you don't know what the fuck they're doing, and then they're fucking it's just it boggles my fucking mind, dude, that there's no fucks given to this shit, and I'll tell you what, I think it's great that we have marches for soldier suicide awareness, for PTSD awareness, for all this shit. I would like to see something organized for veterans by veterans about legalizing, at least for treatment purposes, medicinal marijuana, on a national fucking level for the vets, dude. I mean, if it's helping them, why are we keeping it away from them? I don't smoke herb. Unfortunately, I'm on probation, so I can't smoke herb. But everyone that I've spoken to, it's done much better for them than fucking being stuck on these goddamn brain pills that they put us on. Obviously, the pharmacies, the big pharma as they call it, they're making out huge because the government is going to pay whatever the fuck they put the cost for on it, and then they just fucking give it to us. But since like something like gummies or something like that, I mean, that's something I guess they couldn't regulate per se. They're not going to be able to make money off of it. Maybe somebody from Big Gummies should get in bed with them and make it so that we can fucking actually have something that's beneficial to us and to our mental health. That would be great. So let's have a march to bring awareness to these natural remedies or natural fucking, god damn it, I can't even think right. These natural medications that Earth gives us to try to heal ourselves. What's the worst that's gonna happen on a motherfucker with gummies on? Wake up. What did Cat Williams said? hungry, happy, sleepy. That's it. You're gonna be hungrier than a motherfucker. But I mean, what's wrong with trying? I mean, they fucking force motherfuckers to get a goddamn coronavirus goddamn shot. All right. Which we had no idea what it's gonna do, but they fucking forced it on the goddamn US soldiers, right? Or on the US service members. Well, fuck it. We know what the motherfucking effects of fucking weed is. Hungry, happy, sleepy. Why can't we let them fucking use that? You know, we let them fucking drink alcohol, which is known is gonna fuck up your liver. You know, motherfuckers go out there driving drunk. Example right here. You know what I'm saying? Doing stupid shit. Why can't we just fucking let them try that out? You know, fucking do a goddamn small group of test subjects and see how fucking good they do. But because there's no money involved for them, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather spend money on fucking Ukraine, send shit to Ukraine, than spend it on our own motherfucking veterans here and give us better health care. You know, why do you think motherfuckers off themselves so much? I'll tell you what, 3 months, 3 months it takes to get a fucking shrink appointment. All right, what they tell you? Oh, you could go to an emergency one, but yeah, then what? Then you okay, that they're gonna give you fucking pills, or they're gonna throw you in the fucking loony house. You know what I'm saying? I've gone through like 3 or 4 fucking shrinks. And that shit gets fucking annoying every goddamn time. I have to tell the same shit over and over. And it's the same questions after questions after it becomes fucking the way I felt about it was I became like I'm just a check the block case. That's all I was, just checking the fucking block. Oh, he came in. Okay, check the block. Okay, and that's all it seems like. You know, I think that many of these probably shrinks coming. They probably come in, you know, with the right idea of wanting to help, but then they get tired of, you know, they just become cynical maybe, or they get tired of seeing motherfuckers that are fucking making shit up or lying about it, and they know it, but they can't say shit about it. It's it's retarded, man. It's retarded. Now, I mean, I could understand that maybe, you know, there'd be motherfuckers that are out there that are retarded enough to glorify PTSD just to get on the fucking meds, you know, which I think is fucking stupid. But there's people that do it already just to get that fucking like the recognition, you know. I don't understand these fuckers. But yeah. Anyway, that's just my thought. What do you guys think, man? Should there be like a movement for veterans to go out there? And like I said, man, those marches are cool, man. Marching for awareness of suicide, marching for awareness of PTSD, marching for awareness of all this other bullshit and that bullshit, doing push-ups for all that shit. Cool. Let's organize and have marches to legalize herbal remedies or natural remedies for soldiers as well. You know, fuck, what's it gonna hurt? That's a cause I can get behind right there. You know, I mean, it'd be great to see something like that happen. I don't know how to make shit like that happen. It'd be great. It'd be great to see it happen, though. I mean, I would definitely push for something like that. I would dedicate time to something like that. You know, was it the Warriors, the IW Irreverent Warriors? That was cool right there. You know, it focuses on building that camaraderie and maintaining that camaraderie. That's cool, you know, and I know that because our old co-host fucking Urena, you know, he's involved in that. So I'd like to have one for, you know, I don't know, I'll come up with some catchy ass phrase for it. But what do y'all think, man? Is that something that you think would catch on? Everything starts with a fucking with a thought, right? You can't start a forest fire without a motherfucking spark. Just saying. But yeah, dude. Ah, damn, Danny, why are you being so down today? Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. Just had to get that out, and that's my fire for effect on y'all. All right, my fire for effect. I'm putting it out to the veteran universe. Let's start fucking getting together. Let's put a movement together to to bring awareness of how shrooms and weed are doing much more for veterans' mental health than all these other drugs that they put people on that don't help. Because if they did help, like venlafaxine or all these other mental things help, they wouldn't be out there finding opiates or narcotics to get them high to forget about the shit that they're going through. That's just my thought on it. And but who am I, right? Who am I? I'm not one of those fucking Secret Service motherfuckers that write books and shit like that. I'm just a motherfucking 13 Bravo Cannon Cocker Staff Sergeant Chief slash Gunnery Sergeant at one time that just cares, and I hope that my voice reaches those that can actually make shit happen. But yeah, dude, it's just a quick pod today just to get that out there. I hope y'all give you some food for thought. And let me know in the comments, man. If you're watching me on YouTube, do me a favor and just like it and sub. It would help get push this shit out more to more people. The last episode I did got the most views I've had in a long time. I don't know if the algorithm finally started pushing shit out there, but that was pretty cool. I did like that, man. I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. Go to onthegunline.com, check out the merch there. There's a link to the support store, merch store. I forget what it's called. Go check it out. Those funds would help a brother out right here, who's currently, quote unquote retired. I don't work. All right. For those of y'all that don't know, I don't work. I stopped working because I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't fucking do it. But that's another story for another day, and it's probably on another different podcast that I've done already before. Anywho, hey, if you're a veteran listening to this and you want to come on the podcast and hang out, or if you're not a veteran, you just want to come and hang out, like we would out in the field, and cool, hey, you're a spouse, if you're a prior depender, hey, love to hear y'all stories too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you're a veteran, active duty, National Guard, whatever, hit me up, man. You want to come and just chop it up with me, shoot the shit. Let's hear your story. Everybody's got one, bro. I'll make sure, especially if you're active duty, to steer away from anything that could get y'all in trouble, because that's one thing I don't want to do is, God forbid, you say something that's not politically correct, and then next thing you know, you get fucking hemmed up for it. But if you're a veteran, retired, and just want to chop it up and, say your piece, you're more than welcome to come sit here with me. One thing I started thinking about doing was going to the Black Rifle Coffee Company. I'm here in San Antonio, and they're literally like right down the street from where I fucking live. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna start going there and probably recording, if that's okay with them. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna take my laptop and probably, just some earbuds to connect to this shit and just go in there and chop it up. Maybe I'll catch a veteran or two in there that'll want to sit down and just chop it up with me and do a podcast there. I think that'll be pretty cool. So if you're in San Antonio and you catch me at the Black Rifle Coffee Company, come have a seat with me, man, and we could chop it up right there. Unless they kick me out and say no, I can't do it. Then of course that would suck. But I get it. They don't want to be like, oh, we're supporting, that they support somebody like my ass who has views that a lot of people disagree with. So whatever. 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Yeah, dude. I appreciate y'all being here with me today. And before I go, man, let's end it on a cool note. This last week, if you follow me on Instagram, on the IGs, on the GUNLINE podcast, I think it is, or I don't know how to fucking spell it out. But anyways, if you follow me on the Instagram, you saw that I put a post up there saying that physical work is a bitch for this guy. Oh yeah, dude. Telling you, last week taught me that I can no longer work as hard as I used to, physically. What was supposed to be a 4.5 hour job with 2 people, it was just me with myself. So in theory, it should have been an 8-hour day, like a full day of work, right? To knock out. I was building a shed for one of my fellow comadres who I served with back in 2005, 2006 in Fort Hood. She lives out here in San Antonio, and so yeah, I want to go help her out, and I put the shit up. It took me 4 fucking days, y'all. 4 fucking days. And apparently I'm not a joy to work with, according to her. Um, but it's because when I get to work, yo, I'm focused on that job. I just want to get the shit done, and I miss doing work like that, physical work, because that's the type of shit I like to do. Unfortunately, it was a struggle getting up every other day, every day, because up and down the ladder, it took its motherfucking toll, chief. Bending over, fucking, it took its toll. And for a motherfucker like this guy who's got shitty fucking back, it reminded me as to why I can't be doing shit like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, I did it. There was finances involved, so I'm a man of my word, and I'm gonna fucking knock it out. You know what I mean? So, but that was the last time I'll ever do something like that again. Believe that. No, 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 no. This is in my own motherfucking house. Because at least in my house, I could take my damn sweet time. I ain't got to worry about this or that or the other. Um, but yeah, it felt dope though. I took that time also to just speak with them and hang out with them, and just continue that camaraderie that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't tight or we weren't friends back then, but since she moved out here, we become pretty close. Not close, let's say, but you know, just really good fucking friends. And I want to maintain that. And so you know who you are if you're listening to this. And like I told you, I got your back. Hit me up. And yeah, dude, I really wish we could have had Hunt here to talk about his book, because he's inspired me to write one. But I'll talk about that one. Probably it'll probably be on the next episode, which will probably drop on the weekend more than likely. Because we'll probably record it tomorrow, and I'll drop it on the weekend. Down like dropping back to back episodes. But on the real side, y'all, let me know what y'all think. Let me know. Well, before I hang up. What the fuck? Like I'm on a phone call. Let me see if anybody responded to any of my YouTubes. Let's see here. I put out a fucking on TikTok. I put out a call to action, I guess you could say. Like, if there's anything I should talk about, let me know. Blah blah blah. Whoop de doo. So let's see. Have you done one with transitioning out of the gun line to the civilian sector, and how hard it is to translate slinging cold steel to actually work on a 9 to 5? That's a good one. That's from Black and Gold Choppers. You know what, dude? I'm gonna talk about that one with Hunt tomorrow while he's on here. And we'll definitely talk about that. I appreciate that. I've done a couple of those already, but it's never it's an ever changing fucking world. So it's definitely a conversation that can always be had, bro. Because everybody's gonna see things differently. You got motherfuckers that get out and they're successful. They make it out and are great. But then there's other motherfuckers who get out and we think we're gonna do well, and we try to do it, and boy, I'll tell you what though, if you're coming from the 13 Bravo realm, 13 Delta realm, at least the Deltas could say they fucked around with computers. You know what I'm saying? But as a motherfucking round humper, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, the unless you were in a leadership position, it's really difficult to translate some of the shit that we did into the civilian sector. Now, you can finagle words on your resume. It's still not the same as, I think it's difficult adjusting, not just even in corporate America, but just to the civilian sector itself, the way that things are done. Because right now, you sneeze the wrong way, you're fucking getting an HR quickly, which is an EO complaint pretty much in the military. So you got to fucking be on eggshells nowadays, and it fucking sucks, especially when you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle that we lived in, a certain way of life. People need to understand this wasn't your regular 9 to 5 job, where this was a way of life. And to those that say it wasn't, well, whoop-de-doo for you, but it fucking was, bro. It fucking was. If you didn't look at it like that, that's probably why you didn't fucking anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. I looked at it. I drank the Kool-Aid. All right, I drank the motherfucking Kool-Aid. I joined the military because I wanted to join the military, not because I had to. There's a lot of motherfucking misconceptions out there. A lot of people join the military because that's their only way to advance economically, or because that's the only outlet that they have, or the only fucking path in their life that they have. Not for me. I mean, not that I was doing fucking great, but I was doing okay. I was doing all right. You know, I was a dental assistant. By now, I probably would have been a hygienist if I would have kept on. But anyways, but the war kicked off, and it was my opportunity to join the military like I wanted to, because I wanted to be in the military. All right. I believe in service to country. I believe in country. Get it straight. To country, not to my government. Don't let's not get me started on that bullshit. But I do believe in serving my country. They gave my family opportunity to come here and succeed, and make a better life. So I believe that I owe this country a debt of gratitude that can only be done by serving my country. And when I had the opportunity to do so, I did it. All right. And I joined a job which I knew was not going to transfer to the civilian sector, because I didn't join the military to do a 9 to 5 job. I joined because I wanted to fucking kill people, point blank, period. That's what I wanted to fucking do. I wanted to be in war. That's why I was happy when the opportunity came. You know what I'm saying? And don't take it like I'm a fucking serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer up in this bitch. I'm talking about, in war is what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to war. All right. And you know how they say, be careful what you wish for? I'm that guy as well. But however, I don't regret it. I wish I could do it. I would do it again in a motherfucking heartbeat. But anyways, yeah, we'll definitely talk about the transitioning over, man. I appreciate that. I will fucking definitely hit on it this weekend, on this next weekend episode. All right. So if y'all have anything else y'all want me to talk about, or or oh, whoops, sorry about that. My motherfucking phone is loud. So let's see. Let me see if there's anything else. Let's see. I think I got another one here. All right. All right, there is another one here. Let me see. Damn, now I gotta read shit. All right. So I gotta what's the new generation of artillery focused on as far as training, future missions, possible conflicts? I was wondering about this the other day. Bro, that's a really good question, Borgogni. Borgog I can't spell I can't say your last name, bro. Eric Borgognoni. Did I go to basic training with you by any chance? Nah, you're not him. Um, that's a good question, bro. I mean, I don't know. I've been out for 8 years now, but that's definitely a great question. That's a motherfucking officer question right there. But dude, great question nonetheless. If anybody wants to take a tab at that one, let me know. And I'll have an answer for you. All right. Borgognoni. So let's see. Once again, the question is, what's the new generation of artillery focused on as far as training, future missions, possible conflicts? I was wondering about this the other day. I don't know. I'll tell you what, though, when I came in, what we were focused on when I was in OSUT was getting us trained with the most basic of all shit, and then letting the units worry about it. So basically, went to boot camp, whatever, basic training, and then back then it was OSUT. So basically, nothing changed. We had a quick ceremony where they give us a stupid little dog tag with the Army values on it, and then the next day, they said, "Okay, you're going across the street over there to Deuce Deuce, and you can go learn how to do artillery." And yeah, all honestly, we were taught, I'll be straightforward with you, was shell fuse combinations, how to set up the collimator, how to run the aiming poles, how to set up a net, and what was the last one I was gonna say? Oh, load, fire, clear. That was it. That was fucking it, bro. That's all we focused on for the next couple of weeks. And then just basically don't do nothing stupid. Get ready for period 4 inspection. And then they shipped us to our unit. They pretty much just get ready to learn everything you need at your unit. They taught us load, fire, clear, and fucking that's it. Shell fuse combinations. That was the main thing they were worried about. And then we had what they call redneck challenge, which was, oh, you got to fire a round or two or something like that out of the gun. So not too much focus. They weren't very heavy on the train, but then again, it's artillery. I mean, you they I would have been not. It would have been nice if we would have been trained on advanced party on fucking instead of. I mean, we touched on like lightly on shit, but not really. Again, it was load, fire, clear, and then we went to that fucking simulator for the Paladin. I didn't get to fire the 119er. I didn't get to learn shit about the 119er. I didn't get to learn shit about the 198. And I didn't even touch a 777 until I went to what's it phase 2 BNOC, which was ALC at the time. So I went to ALC. That's when I touched 777 because they had phased out the 198. I hope that the training is a lot more focused on the basics as the number one man, but teach a little bit as far as like the progression on how to become a gunner, the duties of the ATC, just a little bit of touching. I don't know how it is now. It's a garrison army, so I don't know what they would focus on. But back then it was just get your shit and get the fuck out of here, go to your unit, they'll teach you. And then if you were one of the lucky ones like this guy, sarcasm, I went to Fort Hood and the crew was already set, so I went straight to the cat, and that was on my chief. Luckily, I'm not gonna lie about this. I got lucky that I did go to a good section where my chief, he was all about training me, and he was he was tough, but he was fair. He was a great NCO. So Staff Sergeant Taylor, who ended up becoming Sergeant First Class Taylor, old tank, it was much appreciated. I got to do number one man when Bricker went down because he had some kind of allergic reaction to some fucking CVC that we were wearing. And yeah, man. That's where I learned how to break the breach down. That's where I learned more about the shell fuse combinations, learn more about the number one man position, pre-fire checks, all that good shit. And not just I one thing I would say that I would love it if in AIT now they didn't just show you how to do it, but why you do it a certain way. I mean, eventually you get to learn about that more when you're going through schooling. Like when you go to SLC, that's when you started learning the whole fucking, well, that's when, at least then, when I went to SLC, that's when I learned about the motherfucking temperatures and the differences of fucking angles and why we have certain angles over water. Anyways, shit like that was taught to us after. But I mean, if they would do that like in the beginning and put that pride in the artillery again, man. I was proud to be a fucking 13 banger. To this date, I'm proud to be a 13 banger, baby. Shit. I learned to fire a motherfucking D30, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know shit about that Russian piece of shit artillery piece. But they gave me a handbook and artillery's artillery, baby. Anywho, I know that's not the greatest fucking answer there, but I do appreciate it. And I hope what would you like to see? I want to know that. Like, what would you like to see as the main focus be on? Let me shoot that question right back at you there, Eric. Eric Bar. God damn, I would probably call you Rice-A-Roni if you were in my section. So yeah, hey Rice-A-Roni, what would you like to see as far as the training be focused on? So I'm shooting that question right back at you. I'm actually got it here right now. I'm responding to you. So yeah, dude, thank you for that. Let's see. I'm gonna check one more thing, see if we have any other feedback in order to answer anything. Nope, nope. Last but not least, right here. Do we have anything? No comments. All right, cool. Well, with that being said, y'all, that's been today's episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm probably not gonna be able to have guests for a while. And look, man, if you want to come and hang out with me, let me know, and I'll schedule you, and we'll get it done. You know, All I ask for is not to flake out on me at the last minute or the last day, or, just don't leave me hanging with an open date, because I get it. Your time is valuable. So is mine. I got kids, got a wife, and I'm willing to work around any of y'all's fucking schedules. Hell, I mean, if you're in the San Antonio area, I'll go to you. You know what I'm saying? We can meet up somewhere. So, like I said, I think the next episode I'll probably go head out to the motherfucking to the fuck is it called again? Black Rifle Coffee Company building here in San Antonio. It's right there off of 281 in Blanco, I think it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go check that spot out. I haven't gone to hit it there yet. But yeah, it's behind the Bucaneros. Good fucking mariscos right there if you're into seafood. Anyways, with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go check out Hunt's book. It's called The Black Web. You can buy it on Amazon. Make sure you go check out Redleg Custom Woodworks as well. That's the homie that hooked up this motherfucking round right here, 105 Mike, true to specs. He does all kinds of shit. Go check him out on the, what's it called? redlegcustomwoodworks.com. Go check his shit out, all right? And yeah, man. And go check out the homeboy motherfucking Big Chief on TikTok. Follow him. He's got great content. He's a up and coming comedian. He's right now, get him right now that he's still on the open mic level, so that when he makes it up there big, you can say, I seen this cat start from that time to now. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take some time, but the brother is funny and he's getting it. He's fucking getting it. That motherfucking, he had an abortion joke that was fucking funny as fuck. But anywho, nothing's off limits with that man, and that's why me and him get along so well. All right, y'all. With that being said, enjoy the rest of your fucking afternoon. Happy National Daughters Day to my daughter Emily and my daughter Sophia. I love you girls. And oh yeah, I'm thinking about writing a book. I don't know if I mentioned that already. With that said, let me know what y'all think, man, especially about that fucking March for Veterans Herbal Rights. All right. Let me know what y'all think. Rounds complete. End the mission. Gunline out. March order, y'all.